chance to preview our game against West Ham United. We'll start off with Vinny from Sky.
David, first of all, can we take a check on Jared Branthwaite? How is he? Where's he at in terms of his recovery?
Fine, I don't know. He'll not be available for Monday, if that's what you're talking about. No, he's not available for Monday. Neither's Merlin, so both of them are both out.
Is Jared back in with the group at all yet? Or
not at the moment. We're expecting him back shortly, but not quite yet.
Obviously, the other night you gave opportunities to players who haven't had so much game time. What do you say to them when it hasn't quite worked for them on the night?
I think those players are first team players, and we expect them to perform whenever they get the opportunity to do so. So we just need to ask them that, probably not me.
I just wondered if it's a case of reinforcing the message that you need to be ready to take those opportunities when it comes, because you've often said that.
Well, I believe they are ready. I believe they are ready. I think Wolves, many changes did Wolves make?
They made a similar amount of changes.
9, I think, Wolves made, so they won the game, so sometimes it's the result that matters more than anything.
What's how do you look at it? Because we can obviously look at the next couple of home games, back-to-back home games, and the opportunity to get to 13 points before the international break, and 13 points from 7 games would be a more than decent return. How do you view those opportunities you've got over the coming week or so?
I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't sort of think that way just now. That's for sure, because obviously you have to win those games, and we've got two big opponents to play before we can do that. But we're really pleased with the way we've started the season. We've done a lot of good things. So we hope we can continue it. Done a lot of good things at the new stadium as well, some good results, so let's hope we can keep it going.
Do you sense that there's a feel-good factor at the stadium now, even so early into the time?
There's been a feel-good factor all around the club for a long time, so considering maybe where it had been in the past, I think there's a lot of good things get done, and the team have played really well, so we're trying to keep that going.
What do you feel is the next step for the lads at the moment then?
Well, I think we need to keep building on how we've been. I think since the end of last season, since certainly, I don't know when, around about January time, we've tended to pick up points. We've had a really good away record in the main. We've picked up good points from then to the end of the season. We started the season well, so loads of positives to take.
How do you feel going up against your former club once again? I know you've obviously done it before. You did it last season. When was that 1-1 draw at Goodison Park? Obviously.
Well, we also played them in America as well, so it's great to see them all. I had a big relationship with so many of the players and the staff there, and everybody at the club. It was good. We had some great times together, and always look forward to seeing them, because many of the players there I brought in at the time, and they were really good people to work for.
I have to ask you what you make of the scrutiny that Graham Potter finds himself under at the moment.
Well, I never think it's correct when managers come under any great criticism. I would always look to protect them. Graham Potter's an excellent manager. I mean, his record at Brighton and getting the Chelsea job. You don't get those jobs unless you've got something in your got a quality of management. Obviously, he's probably finding it quite difficult at the moment, but overall, he's an excellent manager, and I've got no doubt he'll be a success.
Can you give us an insight into the job? You obviously made a success because you delivered a major trophy in your time there. How difficult a job is it?
But this business doesn't mean that everybody can deliver a trophy. It's not that. It's a business where the majority of managers don't. There's lots of managers every weekend. Loads of managers go home unhappy, disappointed because their team didn't win or didn't get a result. That's part of being a football manager.
And what satisfaction then are you taking at the minute? Because we've spoken of the progress that you're making. What satisfaction are you taking from the way things generally are coming together? Well,
I think that where we've moved on. I think we've brought a lot of things together, done a lot of good things. But look, it's only the starting point. It really is. We're still just coming out of some dark days and feeling a lot better about ourselves. That doesn't always mean that everything goes well. That's for sure. Things can change, and we have to be ready for it, but hopefully we keep it going. We're playing with a lot of confidence, doing a lot of things well, so we'll try and continue to do that.
And finally, for me, is that the realism that things are still gelling with this squad now?
Well, I think I'd be really surprised if MD was daft enough to think that everything was going to be hunky-dory and we were all going to be singing and dancing and everything would be right. Not possible. Not possible. I think we're rebuilding, which we said before. The club have rebuilt a new stadium, got that ready, so it'll take a little bit of time to get the team together, but overall I'm really pleased with how they're performing.
Thanks, David.
Cheers.
Thanks, Vinny. We'll go to Betty at Premier League Productions.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi, David. I'm just picking up on that sort of feel-good factor that you're saying the club's feeling at the moment in terms of the new stadium. How pleased are you to see the players adapt to the new stadium so quickly? Unbeaten there, of course, at the moment in the league as well. That must be really nice to see.
Yeah, and I hope it continues. That's the job. I think we've started well. I think everybody's been excited by the new stadium. It's been a big moment in our history. And I'm pleased the players have taken to it well at the moment, and long may that continue.
How important would it be to sort of keep that feeling at the stadium, make it a really difficult place for visitors to come to?
Well, that would be, it was Goodison felt that way for people who came there. I don't know if new modern stadiums are made for that type of close proximity and all those things which go with making it a sort of fortress. But I have to say at the moment we've started well. Couple of good victories, and we've had a draw as well, so hopefully we can keep picking it up and keep it going.
Obviously there was disappointment on Tuesday night in the League Cup. What sort of reaction do you want to see from your side against West Ham on Monday?
I just want them to keep continually doing what they've been doing. They've done really well, so we don't need to look back too far. We move on.
And just thinking about up front, I think it's probably fair to say the strikers haven't quite got going this season. Does that concern?
Is that right?
I think so.
Oh, good.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, one goal in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that concern you at all? And what do you want to see from the team to sort of get them firing?
Well, I think the team's firing. I think the team's been firing really well. Maybe the two people you're talking about haven't scored as many as we'd like, but I think Beto's got a couple of goals, which isn't a bad start. So we hope that we can add to that. We hope we can score more.
Right, perfect, thank you.
Thanks, Betty. We'll go to Julia at Radio Merseyside.
Hi, David. First of all, just sort of, you speak about that realism there, that things aren't always perfect. I think some of the fans felt really disappointed, as you did as well in your post-match interviews on Tuesday. When you're looking at this now, is it difficult as a manager to balance cup runs, players knocking on your door who want to play and getting runs together? How are you balancing in that? And does that mean sometimes it doesn't always come off?
No, I've got nobody knocking on my door. It's my choice, my decision, who plays. I play the people who I think are ready to play and look as if they're prepared to play. So all my decision, nothing to do with them, my choice. And the players who we've been picking for most of the games have been playing really well. So don't get that wrong.
Do you think just because of the cup exit, it's felt that the headlines have been more negative than they need to be? Because I was looking at the stats, and I think it was 4 shots on target, both sides, but obviously just 2 went in for Wolves. So has it felt a little bit worse in the headlines maybe than it has in here?
No, because I've not looked. I told you I've moved on really quickly. The minute it happened, I've moved on. Got my head on the league games coming up, and can't do anything about it now. So.
From the Lindt Master Chocolatier, discover excellence. Expect delicious.
No point in discussing it, really.
Can I just check any other injuries or concerns around your squad at the moment?
No, I just think the 2 boys are the main injury problems for me at the moment. We're just trying to get Merlin back. He's not back yet. We hoped it would have been a little bit quicker, but not back in amongst it yet. So really the biggest one is getting Jared back as well.
And having 2 home games in a week with Palace coming up as well, ahead of another international break, is it important now for you to try and get 6 points potentially here, I guess, and go into that break? Are you a fan of another break so quickly as well?
It feels as if it's a different narrative to where it was before, that it was a case of avoiding relegation. Now we're talking about getting 6 more points and that.
No
so
pressure.
lots of different questions coming from the media these days, but it's good because it shows that we've given everybody something to get excited about, raising the expectations, and that's why you're asking the question. So yes, we're going to try and get 6 points, but we're up against two good sides as well.
Just on that then, is it a different pressure now in that, it has been relegation battle even before you were here, and then you've come in? Is this like a whole other pressure now? The expectation level has been lifted and that's different?
No,
again?
the job's to raise the expectation. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make people expect us to win, expect us to do really well, and we'll continue trying to do that.
Good luck.
Thanks, Julia. We'll go to Will.
Hi, Davis. Just on Branthwaite, is it just a case of being patient with him, given he ended the season last season with the hamstring, had a little niggle before America? Do you really want to err on the side of caution with him before he's ready?
Well, I think we are really. You know, we're disappointed that he sort of re-injured himself, and we've had to look after it. So we'll get him back. It's just disappointing. He's a really important player for us, but as it is, Michael Keane's played really well and filled in great. So it's covered us a little bit, but he'd also been able to cover us. We were short of a left back in midweek because we weren't going to play Miko again after playing at the weekend. So we were a little bit short in that area, and Jared could obviously do that job at times as well if we needed it. So we're missing him for other things as well.
You've mentioned left back has Masnu obviously come in the summer. How have you rated his development so far? He had that
he's got a bit to do before he's probably going to be ready for the first team at the moment, but we were aware of that when we brought him in.
Yeah, and just finally from me, Iliman Ndiaye's first Premier League assist last week against Liverpool, which is a little bit of a surprise given his quality.
Illy?
Yeah, is that something he needs to do more? Is not just score goals, but assist a bit more as
well? I think I did check that at the end of last season. We're checking about his assists weren't that high actually, so we're hoping that he does. But let's be fair, he's been getting on the end of things and scoring himself. So let's hope that continues.
Any further questions in the open section before we move on? No? Okay, thanks very much.